Yeah, so first tell me about how you're feeling right now, just in the light of the recent events, and then we can dig in some of your past events.
I'm still hurting. I'm
Yeah.
still like in shock, and because they haven't, fixed the kitchen. The
Right.
debris from the fire is still sitting out right outside my apartment.
Okay.
They haven't even picked it up.
Yeah.
And then the building manager says he's going to charge me for the repairs.
Right. Hmm.
I'm like, I didn't start the fire. And
As you're thinking about all this, I mean, you woke up and there was the smell and there was the water coming from the sink, and now there's still the debris from it that they haven't picked up, and all of that. Could you please tell me what part of this gives you the most emotional intensity? Like when I think of that, it's the,
I mean, I could have died. I could have died in my sleep from smoke inhalation. It could have actually turned into a fire, you know? It just, I don't feel safe anymore, physically or emotionally, being that how the building manager was coming at me, and in like a almost an aggressive manner.
okay.
You haven't even received the report from the fire department. You didn't even talk to anybody in the fire department. You asked me what happened. I'm telling you what the fireman told me when I asked him, because they couldn't even really give me a good answer. Their answer was that um, the water from the pipe must have leaked onto the cleaning products underneath the sink, and that must have combusted something,
Right.
and that's what caused it.
Mhm.
He's always like, well, that's like an electrical fire, but there's no electricity underneath there.
Yeah. And again, as you're thinking about it, there were two things that you said, and I'm just wondering which one of them gives you the most intensity. So one, you said, I could have died in that fire in my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's him coming at me in an aggressive way, pointing his finger at me like I caused it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So which,
Yes.
okay, the second one
Yeah,
is,
the second one, most of
okay.
all.
Yeah, and maybe I'm thinking, even as he comes at you, maybe the thought of I could have died and now you're shouting at me, lashing out. Well, I could have lost my life, and you're thinking about, who caused this, who's going
Mm-hmm.
to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay, okay,
Very insensitive.
okay. And as you're talking about it, I know you're you're holding off tears, and you don't have to. I just want to say, if you feel like crying, that's fine. um, I'm just trying to assess before we do the work how you feel
Mm-hmm.
right now, so we have a point of reference after. So him coming at you in this aggressive way, how much intensity, emotional intensity, does it give you from 0 to 10, where 0 is none at all and 10 is like it's max? It's really
Max 10.
okay. I see that. I just want to check with you. So now here's the thing. I would like you to recall this one more time if you can, and just see if you see any differences. So you wake up in the morning, 4 o'clock,
Mm.
smell that thing. Tell me in your words.
I heard the smoke alarm going off. I stumble up out of bed, and I'm trying to discern the location, what's going on. And I go into my kitchen, and I see a little bit of smoke, and I see all this water, or step in water as I go in the kitchen. I see all this water coming from underneath my sink.
Just for a second, stop here and
Mhm.
tell me how do you feel as you're telling me just this part?
I'm actually calm now.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I'm not as like, oh
Okay.
my.
Now, for you, I'm hearing loud and clear. I want to move out of here
Mm-hmm.
because we're not feeling safe there.
Right. No, I've been wanting to move, but it's just never having enough money because I only just went back to work last year, late last year.
Hmm.
I had been not working for 2.5 years because the previous place I was working at, my car broke down
Hmm.
and there was no local assignments. So I couldn't work
Yeah.
because they didn't have anything that I could travel to.
Hmm.
And so then this agency contacted me in December of last year, and they had got me some local assignments. So that started to, work. But you don't get paid when it's holidays, snow days, summer. There's no school, so when school is not in session, you don't get paid.
Right.
And if you don't, of course, like in my situation now, I haven't been able to go to work. So of course, I'm not getting paid for all this time that I've not been at work. So it's like it's not a steady income.
I understand. Okay. And so let's just strategize. Let's just see now that you're in a bit of a calmer place. It's not that they're in the
Mm-hmm.
headlights, so we can think a little better here.
Yes.
Um, how could we possibly start making plans for you to start living in a place where you feel safer? And even if it's temporary, even if,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yes. Um, well, I've been starting to look like financial assistance. See if um I might have to see if I can get like some type of loan because I'm not going to qualify for any government assistance
Mhm.
because I have a source of income.
Okay.
And I've tried in the past to get assistance and, it's denied because it's saying I'm not at that, what I guess I don't want to say poor, but that threshold of income where you have to be so low to qualify to get assistance. And I don't even trust that because before, when I did, they were supposed to give it to me for 6 months to a year, and they only gave it to me for like 2 months and cut me off without any notification.
Hmm.
And so here's my rental office contacting me. He was like, "Where's the rent? Are you moving out?" And I'm like, "No, welfare is supposed to be paying. I have TRA."
Hmm.
Like, no, they haven't paid the rent. So I didn't. It's just difficult where I'm at to qualify for any like public assistance unless you're like, I don't have the the qualifications to get those benefits. So I'm not a single mom, I'm just a single adult woman.
And within the range of your current rent, would it be possible to find another place?
Yes.
Yes. Um, Another question, and this may be a yes, maybe an absolute no. Could it potentially be possible for you to stay with somebody at least till they get rid of the debris in your kitchen, at least somewhere where you can cook your scrambled eggs or whatever you're eating or
Mm-hmm.
something, or make a soup for yourself, so that you don't have to be triggered by the sight and the smell of that?
Mm-hmm. Nobody like close to me lives nearby. So
Your mom is further away. Your mom is,
yeah, she's like an hour and a half away from me.
yes. So it's Monday today. Um, how, would it be possible, for example, to spend at least a weekend at your mom's when they're not there?
Yeah, somebody would have to come get me and bring me from here to there, or I would have to like catch the train, and it would take me more than 2 hours to get to her. And that would frustrate me
That would
because,
frustrate it.
but public transportation is waiting for the train, the long travel. I wouldn't be relaxed.
And you were so amazing. I mean, here we were a week ago, and we cleared that memory of fire in your kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried to see if there's possibly a way for you to leave that place. And you were still towards the end in the place of, I don't know where to go. There's
Mm-hmm.
nobody would help. And
Mm-hmm.
then I remember texting you that same day, checking in. How are you? You said you felt relaxed. And I'm thinking of my options. Okay, that's great. And then I
Mm-hmm.
think I checked in maybe a day later it was. And you're like, oh, I'm moving out. I spoke to my father. So tell me this. I know what happened from my point of view. From and you will be learning this because you joined the training. You had
Mm-hmm.
what we call a cognitive shift.
Mm-hmm.
You saw more options. You were in a better place emotionally to even consider those options. But how
Right.
did things feel from your perspective? What changed? Because you wanted to leave that place for a long time, even before the
Yes.
fire. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think it because this is, an emergency situation. That's why my father, finally, you know, allowed me to, decided to assist me with
Yeah.
me asking him to help me because he suffers from depression very badly,
Right.
and he's someone that's not easy to get into contact with.
Uh-huh.
Um, and he'll like not call you for a long time, even though you say you need to speak to him or you're just checking up on him, he will not respond. So that's why I didn't feel like I had an option,
Uh-huh.
to ask him because he's the nearest relative, that can assist me, and he has the resources to assist me. But with his mental state, is not that great where he can,
Uh-huh.
take action.
Uh-huh.
And even though I've told him in the past, I can help you get through this because the medication is only making you lethargic and you're
Absolutely.
still waking up having the same negative or sad thoughts, and I said, and us being together, we can support each other.
I'm so glad. I can't even tell you how glad I am for both you and him, because this is, from what you are saying, it seems like it's not just an opportunity to move in with him, but also in a way to help him out and heal that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
So your father was there in that same situation even before, and even when we talked a week ago. But out of a sudden, you either made yourself to call him, you felt more resourceful, stronger to
Mm-hmm.
call him, or the idea came to you. How was that? How did you out of a sudden thought? How did you think? Okay, I'll call my dad.
Because he was the only option that I had to get out of here. I was like, I need to hurry up and get out of here. I can't let this linger. And if I said that this is an emergency, I don't have nowhere to go, that he would be prompted to, assist. And then if I had to get my mother to call him,
Right. Yeah.
then, but I told him, it's like, it's really important. It's a serious, and I explained everything that happened. So, you
Yeah.
know, like take sympathy on my situation. Like,
Absolutely. And I would love you to remember this, because as you'll be going through the program, you will see how that what I'm saying is, your father was there even before, and when we
mm-hmm.
talked, but he never came up in our conversation when we were trying to brainstorm. Okay, what can you do in this situation?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even
Right.
come up, right?
No, because I knew his mental state and I knew how he, already was like not showing up because he didn't even come for Christmas. He didn't
Yeah.
come to the family celebration for Christmas. And I was just like, wow. I haven't seen him since Thanksgiving
Hmm.
and we live so close,
Right.
and I've tried to, even before all of this happened, I've, called him, wish him Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. How, checking in, how you doing? I haven't heard from you. What's going on? And no response.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I didn't think to choose him as an option to
Yeah.
contact because it was like, he doesn't respond. So why even bother?
So, and somewhere in between, you thought, okay, but this is an emergency, so this will be an option.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
great, great. That's exactly what I was trying to say, that when you get the stress and the trauma out of the body, you start seeing options that you didn't see before,
Hmm.
even in a situation that is acute like this one is for you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. And other than that, how were you feeling? I know you probably didn't have time to do the basic recipe or the rest of the things, but
Hmm.
how was that week? I know there was a lot of running.
Right. Hmm. It was just, keeping busy and keeping focused. Like I gotta just pack, get these boxes. I had to go get boxes and put the boxes together and start just throwing stuff in the boxes. It was, that was my thing. Just throwing, what to throw out and what to keep and pack and send to storage and what's coming with me. That's all I could focus on. That's all I'm still focusing on. Is every day just, fill up a fill up a couple of boxes, in between, people calling me and everything and checking it. Because like my neighbor, she came Friday and I had to let her know that I was leaving. And we had become so close, all these years we've lived directly next door to each other.
How long have you been living there?
6.5 years.
Oh, so it's been a while. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
And you've always felt like something's off with this place. Yeah.
Yes.
From my perspective, it was very fast with you in the
Hmm.
like everything clicked, and all of a sudden you had the clarity. Gotta call my father, and you have the focus. You're mentioning the
Hmm.
focus. I'm just focused. I'm packing my boxes, and there are these things that I gotta do, which is way different from how you felt even a week ago when we spoke. When you were really
Hmm.
lethargic, apathetic, kind of
Hmm.
given up a little bit, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Even my mother said that, she checked in on me yesterday or the Saturday. Um, and she was like, how's everything going? So I'm just packing and everything like that. And she was like, happy to hear that, because she said, most people, in your situation would just be sitting there, not doing nothing. I said, I don't have that option because I'm here by myself. I'm the only one that can pack this stuff. And I know how much stuff is in here. That's 7.5 years worth. I mean, and then this is just, you know, me being here is because of a previous like traumatic incident.
Mhm.
This wasn't an apartment that I sought out and chose that I wanted.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
was another almost like emergency
Yeah.
placement.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know so
Yeah.
I still had all that trauma from the previous incident that brought me here,
Mhm.
and then now you add this new trauma, and I'm like, no, it's enough. I have to, you know, get some of this baggage off, and I said, I need a clean slate. So I need to remove myself from this environment completely and just not have all my stuff around me, my things that I need, clothes and shoes, all that, basic necessities to survive and everything. But I just, it was never pleasant living here.